it looks like we have finally found the best way to play Gyarados. This list just went 11-1 in a 200-person tournament, ultimately taking it down. I'm super excited that Gyarados seems to be good. I was playing my own version of it, and I just never seemed to get it to really work the way I thought it should. So very excited to give you some games. We're playing against all meta stuff right now, the top 3 most represented meta decks. I want to give you guys the highest quality games possible when we're playing these meta decks, so you can really learn the matchups, see how they play against the best decks. So let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. And if you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I've now got about 35,000 of you that consistently return to the channel that have yet to hit subscribe. So if that sounds like you, please consider doing so. I would very much appreciate it. So here is the winning list, and yes, the best partner seems to be Greninja. I tried to shy away from using Greninja in Gyarados just because Greninja feels like it goes in everything. I mean, it is just such a strong card. It's legitimately one of the strongest support Pokemon in the game that we have. You know, I was trying it with Vaporeon and Starmie and Articuno. None of them felt great, but after playing some games with this list against the meta decks, it has felt amazing. I truly think that this is just simply the best partner for Gyarados. The Greninja works so well. It lets you get up to that one-shot range on any Pokemon in the game besides some stage 2s without using Giovanni, so that is very, very crucial. Greninja can also act as a quick attacker if things aren't really going your way. Greninja as an attacker has felt a little bit worse in this meta, especially when you're playing against stuff like Celebi or just Mewtwo. Greninja can't really do enough, and if you're dedicating energy to Greninja, you're not dedicating energy to Gyarados. Gyarados takes a lot of your resources to get powered up, so Greninja's there as an option to attack. I would really try to stay away from it as much as possible, but he is there. We also have the Druddigon. Druddigon is just simply the best wall in the game now. It has no weakness, so a lot of the problem with the walls in the past was they would have 100 HP but be weak to lightning. Pikachu was one of the most played decks in the game. That means that they would just get one-shot by Pikachu. Not really doing a whole lot for you. Druddigon now takes Giovanni's to one-shot or fully powered up attacks to one-shot, and it has the Rough Skin ability. That can fix up math on Gyarados. If a Mewtwo swings into Druddigon, you can go in with the Gyarados next turn and one-shot it even without the Greninja ping. So Druddigon just works fantastic in here as the wall while you sit in the back and set up that Gyarados. I think really its only somewhat tough matchup is going to be Celebi. Celebi can ramp up very quickly. Celebi can do plays that make it hard for the Gyarados. I mean, if they have any other attacker attacking into Druddigon while building up a Celebi on the bench, and you knock out that Pokemon with your Gyarados and you go into your Gyarados, they get to swing on you with Celebi for however many coin flips. They have a chance to one-shot it. Either way, it is just a tough matchup all around. Mewtwo has felt very, very good. Scolipede has felt very, very good. Pikachu is a little bit iffy. They're just fast. They hit some of your guys for weakness, so it can be a little bit tough, but once you get Gyarados powered up, you're one-shotting everything they have, and it's very hard for them to one-shot your Gyarados without a 4-heads Zapdos. So overall, its matchup spread has felt fantastic. I hope you guys are going to enjoy these games. I played against some very good players. My pals in Discord, we got Undead and D-Shane, so shout out to them. Thank you guys for playing these games against me. Really appreciate it. Let's get into them. Okay, going first in this one with the Magikarp start. Not great, not terrible. We're playing against Celebi, so unless there... I was going to say, unless there's an Execute start, we're not getting knocked out. But now that is totally on the table. Well, no, never mind, sorry. We can leap out before any of that happens. We find the Druddigon and we find the Gyarados. We already have a Gyarados in hand, so it's whatever. Next turn, we can just attach and leap out into the... No, I think I'd rather attach and leaf. Would I? It depends if I get another basic. If I don't get another basic, getting Sabrina would be horrible for us. Anything's going to take out the Magikarp. He's off to a... No, he has the Snivy. I was going to say, looks like he's off to somewhat of a slow start, but he does have the Snivy. Just another Frogadier. So here's the problem. If he has Sabrina and... If he has Sabrina and he brings up my Magikarp and knocks it out, I'd kind of just lose. If I use my Leaf here to retreat out of this and promote the Druddigon, and he has Sabrina still, I'm in a bad spot as well. So there is like no winning with this. But I think I just... Yeah, neither of these options are fantastic for us. I think I just have to play for the Leaf. I want to preserve this attachment. And we'll evolve into the Gyarados. Maybe I could have gone without the attachment, and that would have been better. That potentially could have been a better play. But yeah, if he just has Sabrina to bring up my Gyarados, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, no, I think I should have just wasted the attachment there. I think I should have just burned the attachment. But maybe he doesn't even have an Exeggutor? Yeah, just a Growth Spurt. Okay. Give us a basic now, and I will feel very comfortable. Misty. Well, depending on the Misty, that could be just as good as getting another basic. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Misty. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. We'll leave your bags at the door for you. Feel free to leave anytime. Gotta love Misty. Gotta love Misty. Luckily, you can just kind of power up Gyarados like this, especially when they're off to a slow start. But we're still just hoping that there's no Exeggutor or no Sabrina. No Sabrina. Even getting an Exeggutor here is fine by me. Druddigon's going to take 2 hits from that. And I'm getting dangerously close to my Gyarados being ready to go. But I really do not want my Gyarados to get Sabrina here. He's going to take a lot of unnecessary damage. And he's got the Superior too, to boot. So, yeah. Yeah, no, we still just... A Pokeball or a Pokemon. I've got a lot of them. It's got to be more than half my deck at this point. I've got 4 Pokemon left, 2 Pokeballs. It's literally more than half my deck. 60% chance. Research. Okay, now it's... The odds are so incredibly low for me to not find a basic here. It's crazy. Let's see it. All right, Druddigon and Froakie. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So we feel fine benching both of these, I think. Yeah, no, because we're going to get into the Gyarados next turn. And we're going to be swinging. So Sabrina plays are not going to be too detrimental to us. Now, he just needs to find a Celebi to start getting powered up. There we go. So still scary, right? We don't play Sabrina. And he's not attacking with Celebi aggressively right now. He could totally... Well... Let's say he sends up Superior here, and after we knock out this Exeggutor, let's say he sends up Superior, attacks us. We may even just discard an energy and set that Celebi back a turn, or he just might not have the chance. I don't know. He might go for the all-in, send Celebi up with 4 energy, and go for the 20% chance he wins the game that way. But it is looking fine because he just did not get that Celebi out quick enough. That some attachments were just kind of wasted. Now, there's a lot of energy on my opponent's side, so if it discards from us, I'd be surprised. All right, where's it? What did it do? Oh, just discarded from Exeggutor? Okay. That's interesting. I don't know if I would like it more or less if Gyarados just didn't count the active Pokemon. That could get tricky. You could just almost guarantee a lot of the time that you're losing that energy off of the Gyarados. I think it does look like he's just going to go for the 20% chance to win here. But if it didn't attach or discard from the active, then it would feel a lot better when you discard something from the bench. Kind of seems pointless. Like, that energy's gone anyways. All right, let's just cross our fingers. 80% chance we win this game, by the way. 80% chance we win this game. Let's put it that way. 80% chance we win. Okay, okay, we won. We won. It would have been funny if it went the other way and it was 0 tails. Or, sorry, 0 heads. But he does get 50 in. And now we just get to click Gyarados Rampaging Whirlpool for game. That was with no Misties. It was with a decently fast Superior, but... I mean, he didn't get the Celebi out quickly, so they're probably... If he had gotten the Celebi out fast enough, that could have been a 4 energy Celebi coming up to attack us. It's a very, very tough matchup. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's a tough matchup. Celebi can not attack with Celebi in the early game, win it that way. And there's not really much we can do about that. We can't target the Celebi on the bench. So, tough matchup. All right, going second here with... Quite the hand. We have all of our basics that we're looking for, so that's good. We get to just start Druddigon here. bench the Magikarp, and bench the Froakie. We got Gyarados in hand, so it's looking like this is going to be a build up Gyarados manually game. Maybe we can weave some Misties in here if we draw into it, but yeah, we're going to be relying on the top deck. Luckily, again, we have kind of everything we need in hand, so as long as they don't pop off too crazy, we should be okay. I think we'll be fine. They're starting Celebi, so they'll probably be off to a fine start. Even aggro Celebi can be tough to deal with. Like, we're just going to be giving him all the time in the world to build up a Celebi. We're going to have to get kind of creative to prevent our opponent from knocking out our Gyarados with just a well-built up Celebi. So for our turn, we'll just put that down. I don't ever see myself getting not only second Gyarados setup, but second Greninja setup. And I'm sort of worried about Sabrina. Sabrina's going to set me back a turn because I'm going to want to retreat whatever I have. So let's just put the Dredagon, second Dredagon down and say no Sabrina plays are going to happen that are going to negatively affect me. Now, the Dredagon's damage here is not going to matter unless he goes into the Exeggutor EX, which it doesn't look like he's doing. He's setting up that regular Exeggutor, which is okay. Regular Exeggutor is not going to one-shot my Gyarados, so we'll just be good to go knockout with Gyarados. I will evolve right now. We're in a scary spot here because if he has Raw Superior in hand, there's a very good chance Dredagon's going to get knocked out. If Dredagon gets knocked out, there's a very good chance next Dredagon's going to get knocked out. And then I'm in a position where I am sending up Gyarados, and there's that Superior. So then I'm in a position where I'm sending up Gyarados, who can knock out the Celebi, but then I will just be one Sabrina away from losing. Really, the only other way around it would be if I can evolve into Greninja, I can prevent that. Oh, come on. Only one? No. All right, 3 heads for him. Gonna get knocked out. Yeah, a big problem I've been finding with Gyarados is that you run into the Sabrina play for game very, very often. Very, very often, that's how your opponent can come back and deal with the big Gyarados. Just say, I don't need to knock out that Gyarados. I can just play around it and not really worry too much. So we've done nothing this game except manually attach the Gyarados. He's had the perfect Celebi game. So if we win this, I would be surprised. But there's always a chance. Like, if I were him right now, I would start attaching to the Exeggutor, because I'm probably going to have to go attack with Gyarados this turn. And I don't have anything that can handle... Yep, I don't have anything that can handle a Sabrina play plus Exeggutor. I've got nothing for it. Outside of him only flipping 1 heads or 0 heads and me finding a Frogadier this turn, not much we can really do. Okay, it's still on the table. It's... Nah. It never happens. It never happens. It never happens. Celebi's always hitting what it needs to. I mean, it's such low odds. I think it's a... What is it, a 40% chance? I guess we had 2 40% chances there. So, like, odds weren't terrible that Dredagon would survive 1 hit. But maybe I should have... I probably should have sent up Froakie there and just sent Froakie to be slaughtered. And then... I should have. There you go. That was the play there. Send up Froakie. Let Froakie go down. Then he can't Sabrina me with the Exeggutor next turn. There was no point in sending Dredagon up there. No point. I don't need the damage. I mean, I could. Nope. And there we go. I end up losing the energy on my Gyarados and not off of the Exeggutor. That would have been another way back into the game. These games go very, very quick against Celebi. There's not a whole lot to them. Not a whole lot to him. But now we just lose to Sabrina if he has it. He's got 5 cards in hand. He's played 0 supporters. Well, he's played research. I expect the Sabrina to be there. Most of them are playing 2. Yep. So there it is. Okay, so just literally perfect Celebi start. We only lost because of a misplay. You send up Froakie there, and you leave that Dredagon on the bench. He has to either Sabrina for the Dredagon to play around that, or he would have no way of knocking it out next turn. So, literally just lost on a misplay, a line I did not see until after the fact. Okay, going first here, and we are playing against the Scolipede Wheezing deck. Oh, my cat is pulling on my headphones. Believe it or not, I'm doing a match against this deck because it is actually the third most represented meta deck right now. A lot of people are on Scolipede Wheezing because it's just very, I mean, the numbers are there. It has a great Mewtwo matchup the same way Arbok did. Just a dark type. It can kind of bully Mewtwo pretty aggressively, and the numbers are there for Celebi as well. You got the added bonus of just being a single prize deck, so it's been doing very, very good. Way better than I thought this deck would be, which is kind of cool to see. I thought Scolipede was an okay card, but yeah, looks like it's just sort of amazing, to be honest. It's winning tournaments. It's doing all the right stuff. So he just has a division this turn, which is not great for him because we have sort of a cracked start right here. We have the Leaf in hand to get out of this Druddigon if we go crazy on this Misty's next turn. There's 1 heads, 2, 3. All right, there's the craziness on the Gyarados. So this is going to be a complete wash. Water decks haven't changed. They still do this. If you flip enough heads on the Misty and high roll, it's just kind of the game. Just like that, water decks probably have the greatest potential for high roll. Celebi is definitely a close second. Celebi high rolling is them getting into superior immediately with a Celebi active and just sort of knockout after knockout before you even get going. But when you get something like that and you have the Leaf in hand to retreat your Druddigon as well, like, what is he gonna do? I mean, I'm about to send up this Gyarados and start swinging for 140 every single turn. The best play he would have is buying himself 1 turn if my Gyarados discards an energy from himself and he Sabrina's on his turn. Makes me send up a Frogadier. If I don't have another Leaf, I can't leave. Yeah, it's super tough for him now. Well, even then, I mean, okay, well, there's the other Leaf, and I can just start attaching to the Frogadier to prevent that from happening, but we can just get this Druddigon out of here and start doing 140 with 100 HP Pokemon. Tough matchup for Scolipede, right? It's about the same speed as Gyarados. You got to evolve twice. If you're lucky, you can do that in 3 turns to start attacking. We have to just attach to the Magikarp 4 times, maybe less, depending on how your Misty goes. And there, Scolipede can do 130, and then the Wheezing can do 40. So 2 attacks from their Pokemon won't even knock out a Gyarados if you retreat it. And by that time, I mean, you're probably already taking 3 prizes with Gyarados anyway. So yeah, just super tough. We didn't even lose an energy in that, which is crazy. It was a 1 out of 6 shot. There's that Sabrina I'm talking about. I'm just going to send up the Druddigon because I have the Leaf already. I might as well. Next turn, if he goes for that Sabrina play again, I can just retreat out the Frogadier. We'll bench second Froakie. It doesn't matter. We're going down to a 0-card hand. We're showing him. Listen, we got win on board. There's really nothing you can do about aggressive Gyarados with the Misties. Yeah, just a super hard matchup for Scolipede. It's just not fast enough, and it doesn't do enough damage. Decks that don't have the potential to one-shot Gyarados or to get off to a much faster start than Gyarados have a very hard time. Mewtwo can be okay, because you gotta... We are very reliant on getting that Greninja out in order to one-shot the Mewtwo. Otherwise, we're just doing 140, and it doesn't feel amazing. There's finally the Venipede. I mean... He's going to hit me for 70, and that's just going to be it. Mewtwo can be a little bit trickier because of relying on that Greninja. Yep, just game there. Okay, so that's Gyarados high roll. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. And if you like playing a deck that has the chance to just win off of playing 1 card, give Gyarados a shot. Okay, here we go. Going second against Mewtwo. Bit of a fantastic start. Now, Undead, so I'm playing against my homie. He's a bit of a freak. He loves to turn 1 red card me, so I would not expect anything less than to lose this hand. But we're going to pray that we get to hold on to it because, again, this is just a fantastic start. Double Pokeball into research. Not much more you could ask for. Very tricky matchup, though. Very tricky. Draws still need to go our way outside of... And we just get the Magikarp. All right, so now now it's not even a question. We just go double Pokeball, get out whoever we're going to find, and then research. Yeah, this could be a very tough matchup for us. We have quite a few things to worry about. We definitely need the Greninja. Okay, there's the Greninja there. Okay, with that, I feel comfortable just going double Druddigon. So, something to be concerned about in this matchup that I want to tell you guys about is the Mew EX. The Mew EX has the potential to steal games like no other from you. If you go up and you have only 4 energy onto your Gyarados, you can lose by attacking. Gyarados discards the energy from itself. They come up with Mew, copy your attack, and discard the energy from your Gyarados as well. Then you're down to 2 energy. You can't attack. Gyarados is stuck in the active spot. Probably going to be for the last 2 prizes they need, and you just lose the game that way. So, a way around that is to, with any extra energy, put it on the Gyarados. I am going to save this Greninja because, again, the Greninja is such a big part of this matchup for us. We don't play Giovanni. We rely solely on the Greninja to give us that extra damage to knock out the Mewtwo. So, there is a real concern here that he has Leaf plus Gardevoir and can start swinging. But either way, we should still have the attachments we need to pull us through this game and at least get the Gyarados powered up before we're in too bad of a spot. And we're gonna start getting the Greninja pings early here too. So yeah, things are gonna look good for us in this one. I'm going to delegate all of my energy onto Gyarados because, again, if he goes for that Mew play, we can lose games like that. Games that we should have won, games that looked like they were completely locked up. They can still just go a little bit hairy. Okay, so we have Misty now. We can just freely Misty to the Gyarados. It's not going to net us an attack this turn, but we'll see how much energy we can cheat into play here. Just 1 energy. That's fine. That should be enough to give us the 5 energy we're looking for, but he doesn't even have a Mew EX out yet. So, I feel fine just getting these pings in on the Mewtwo. Mewtwo has shied away from playing potions. Now there's just some other cards they prefer over it, like the Mew EX and the Budding Expeditioner. So while I'm not too concerned that this Water Shuriken damage isn't going to stick, just in case he's playing potion, I would still like to get that damage down into play. So we have it there. I don't think I'm going to get 4 turns of... Okay, so... I mean, with this spot now, this is just kind of a wrap, right? We Leaf into the Gyarados. And... yeah, I mean, there's no concern of Mew coming out. There's no concern of anything. The worst case scenario is that we get Sabrina'd. But if we get Sabrina'd, I think we're just going to sit in the back and power up the Greninja until he takes a knockout. Likely with a 2-prizer. And we can come in and clean it up with Greninja plus Gyarados. But this one is seeming like a bit of a lock. See right there, you lose the energy from the Gyarados. If there was a Mew in play, he could have sent up that Mew and won the game like that. He's promoting this Mewtwo. There's really not a lot that he can do. He can Sabrina to try to prevent me from doing anything this turn, but that's about the extent of what he has. He is playing the potion. Okay, good to know. There is also, like, if you're starting Druddigon and they swing into the Druddigon, then Gyarados can get the knockout that way. So sometimes you don't always need the Gyarados. It really just depends on how things are going for you. But yeah, that's just going to be a Water Shuriken ping on the Mewtwo. No Sabrina to prevent me, to delay me 1 turn. Honestly, delaying the inevitable. It looked like we had this wrapped up. And we just get to Rampaging Whirlpool there. Awesome. All right, quick game there. Just Mewtwo didn't do what it was supposed to do. But when we get Greninja and Gyarados powered up like that, that's when the matchup becomes very, very hard for Mewtwo. They need a lot to go their way in order to take it from us. Going second here. Oh, beautiful start. Beautiful start. The music's bumping. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Now, I say beautiful start. We got all of our basics that we need. And not much else. We got the Leaf to pivot. We got the Frogadier. Very, very cool. I'm more concerned with finding that Gyarados. Luckily, we are going to get first attachment in. So, always a bonus. Always a bonus. Yeah, Yeah, yeah. Looking okay. Looking okay. He's got the Ralt start plus the Mewtwo. About as good as it can get for him. We have double Leaf, so at least if he is going to try to do some sort of Sabrina trapping, it's not going to work out for him. We're going to love another basic here. So, what is it? So Sabrina's not a concern of knocking out one of our bench Pokemon we want to keep. Like, we have Greninja coming up. Do I... Like, I could put one on the Frogadier, because then there's a chance if he doesn't have Gardevoir or Retreat, that Greninja can kind of just steal this right now. That is a very tough call. If he... Okay, let's think here. Let's think. What is the worst case, right? Let's say he has Gardevoir plus Retreat. Mewtwo goes up to 3 energy. Next turn, it knocks out Druddigon. I only have, at that point, 2 energy on my Magikarp. He knocks out Greninja. I have 3 energy on my Magikarp. Then I can get to the 4. It's a tough call, but I think I'm fine with doing this. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Let's build up the Greninja just in case we have a way to knock out this Kirlia next turn. Mythical Slab. Does it net him a Pokemon? No Pokemon off that. Okay. He's going to have to get this Kirlia out of here. X-Speed. Okay. Okay. Even if there's no Gardevoir, I mean, if he just hits me with the Druddigon, I'm fine. Or if he swings into the Druddigon, I'm going to be able to put 2 pings. He does. Okay, he has all of it. He's got all of it, man. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. He might even just say, I'm not going to attack this turn. Yeah, there's no point for him to. It's just 20 more damage onto his Mewtwo that he doesn't want to see. Now, Pokeball. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted to see. Let's Pokeball to Thin. And we probably... I mean, I'm never getting into second... I'm never powering up second Gyarados this game, most likely. Which one do I prefer on the bench? Maybe for the potential Gyarados block. Well, I like the Froakie now more because it prevents him from not using that energy with a Sabrina play. And we'll bench Magikarp next turn. We are in a bit of a tricky spot though. We can still lose this. Number one, we just need to find the Gyarados. We have 2 turns to do it, but I think he will have enough time to get 2 Mewtwo powered up, and then it's just a matter of using Sabrina at the end of the game to knock out one of these small bench Pokemon. So we need Gyarados. We have 9 cards left in deck. Not great odds for us to find one, honestly. When you don't see that Gyarados instantly, things start to get pretty scary. They get pretty scary. Because now we're looking at 1/3 of the cards in our deck are out to help us find that Gyarados faster. Or just Gyarados outright. Yeah, there's a Misty. It's not gonna help us. We can use it on this Magikarp, I guess. Like, maybe there's a world where we get 2 Gyarados powered up. It's not going to make a difference, but it's possible. Just 1 extra energy. I felt fine doing that because we're going to have the Gyarados powered up. It is just like, we need the Gyarados or it's GG's. I feel fine putting it on Ralts. Maybe there's a world where that is impactful and that's what wins us the game. I don't know, but this Mewtwo needs no extra damage on it. It's fine the way it is. But there's the Kirlia, so not going to get lucky there. Our opponent is now forced to... oh no, why didn't I should have Misty to the active. I mean, we have a lot of energy around, so there's less of a chance that Mew play comes and hurts us. Mew is also fine on the bench because it's not going to be able to... Oh, I think a bit of a misplay. Doesn't matter because we do just have the Gyarados in hand. Now, because of that misplay, I'm going to take the time to leave this the way... Should I leave it the way it is? What's my worst case? No, because his only play is to go Sabrina and swing into the Greninja that I give up. And that's going to be fine. Just the one extra energy attachment is going to be impactful here. So either way, we had the Gyarados. If he had taken a knockout with the Mewtwo right now, it would have been fine. It would have been a little bit more scary for us, for sure. There would have been that chance to lose the game based on the Mew thing I told you. It's not a great chance, but it is a chance. I mean, he would have had 4 energy on his side of the field. We would have had 6. There would have been a... Yeah, and 4 of them. So it would have been less than a 50% chance that that happened once, let alone twice. So from here, we're just going to attach to the Gyarados and swing into this Mewtwo, and then swing with the Gyarados again, and we get there. Yeah, if we can get everyone set up, ready to go, it gets hard for Mewtwo. You get a Greninja and you get a Gyarados. There's not a whole lot that can be done. We'll bench the Druddigon just as a... What do you want to say? Just as a thinning method. Not going to matter too much. See where the energy gets discarded? From the Gyarados. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because we're still just 1 attachment away. And he doesn't have anything on his side of the field that can do anything. We're safe from the Mew Sabrina. If it had been a Mewtwo EX that I saw on the bench, we would have very quickly just moved into the Gyarados. And from there, it would have been... No, he wouldn't have had the energy without double Gardevoir to pull off the knockout plus Sabrina play. But again, since it's Mew, we're good with just... We're good with the plays we made. We're fine. We're fine. But yes, Misting to the other Magikarp was definitely a misplay on my part. That energy should have gone to the Gyarados we were already working on. Getting 2 Gyarados set up makes no difference. Preventing that potential Mew play makes all the difference. It's the only way we lost. By doing that, we essentially gave our opponent a 20% chance to win the game from there. So, yeah. I mean, he's just going up with Mewtwo. Again, we just have the Greninja here, so we can just ping for 20 and knock out Mewtwo's. It is so nice to be able to one-shot Mewtwo. That is one of my favorite parts about Gyarados, that his damage cap with the Greninja now becomes 160. Just fantastic number to hit. Anything else in the format that doesn't get one-shot by Gyarados just dies to the Greninja ping the next turn. So all around, super strong deck. I think that's going to be it for the games. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.